welcome back to the channel. We're back with another video here. This time around I want to talk about the best bike value e-bike for under $2,000. There's lots and lots of bikes out there to choose from, and I'd say in the $1,000 to $2,000 range there's quite a few. Then when you start getting above $2,000 you start getting into a second tier, I would say, of bikes. But the lower budget $1,000 to $2,000 range, there's so many out there, it's hard to choose which one is the best one. And obviously, unless you've ridden them all, it's pretty hard to tell which one really is the best value unless you actually could try them, have them for a while. But just in my research, I'm going to let you know which one I found to be what looks to be the best value for under $2,000. So from what I saw in looking around that price range, we'll say closer to the $2,000 price range, generally what you're going to find is a 750 watt motor and one battery, and the battery is going to be usually a 48 volt 14 amp hour battery. Maybe you'll get a 15, but somewhere there, 14 or 15 amp hour. And the motor, as I say, would be about 750. You might find a 1000 watt motor, but I don't know, it's pretty hard pressed to find that. And in my research, I'm gonna throttle through this intersection here, get back over here, and then we'll pedal once again. In my research, there was one bike that I did come up with that had a 1000 watt motor, and it also had a 20 amp hour battery, and we're talking 52 volt with a 33 amp controller, 54 or 52 volt. And that bike is the Ariel Rider Kepler. So from what I saw in my research for best value, it's the Kepler, Ariel Rider Kepler. It gives you a 1000 watt motor, a 52 volt 20 amp hour battery, a nice sturdy looking frame from what I could see, 26 inch by 4 inch flat tires, and you also get, right now they're giving you a rear rack for free included, and that rear rack is valued at $149. It comes in several different colors. You can get a high step or a low step, and so for taller folks I would recommend a high step. The seat height is apparently minimum 34 inches on the high step, and on the low step it's 32 inches. So I think for me personally, if I was getting that bike, I would get the low step, for the simple fact that I'm 5'9", and I think I would feel more comfortable on the lower bike than being up too high. And boy, that bike has a great value. It's not just under $2,000, it's $200 under that. It's $17.99 going for right now. And with the free shipping, pretty good deal. I don't see anything out there that beats that value right now. And that's the Ariel Rider Kepler. I've watched several videos on it, and the one I watched the most is Big Tito, which is Big Tito _EV. If you watch his videos, he does a lot of riding on his Kepler, and as he calls it, it's a beast. And that's the word I hear the most. If you hear one word description of that bike, I hear a lot of people calling it a beast. But my goodness, for $17.99, that's a pretty good deal. I can't find anything better than that. That's 1,000 watts with a 20 amp hour battery, 52 volt. They list the top speed at 32 miles per hour plus. I've had some people say that they've had the bike up near 40 miles an hour, but I'm not sure if it'll go 40, but that's what some people are claiming. But I wouldn't be surprised if it does at least 35 miles an hour, which is pretty darn good. So the motor is a rear hub motor, which is 1,000 watts, peaking out at 1,800 watts. So that's pretty good power right there. And if you're going to be on or in any hills in your area, or that riding in any hills or anything like that, I think that's probably the bike you'd want to go for. This isn't any kind of a promotion or anything for the bike, the company, or anything like that. I'm this is just with my own research and trying to find the best budget bike out there that's not going to break the bank. I know all bikes are expensive, but for an electric bike these days, to get one under $2,000 with some with what that bike has, boy, that's a good deal. I mean, right now, if I had $1,800 I was going to spend on a bike, and that was my amount that I had to spend, and only that much, you know, that's my budget, my max, and then I'm going for that bike in a heartbeat. Of course, I've never ridden one, I've never seen one in person yet, but I do have a friend his buddy has one on order, so hopefully I'll get to see one in time here. And maybe I'll get lucky and I'll even get to ride it, give it a test. I'm trying to think of what other bike out there comes close to that. And I can't really think of any. I don't know any that are, first of all, that are 52 volt. 1,000 watt motor. I just can't think of any that are under 2,000. If you know of any, then by all means let me know in the comments below, and let me know what bike, if you got one for under 2,000, what you got and how you're liking it and all. That's a pretty good deal though. I can't get over that. That's a sale right now. Their regular price is $19.99, which I still think is a pretty good deal. And so currently they're out of stock. So if you want to purchase one, I think they're going to be shipping them the end of October. So if you were to purchase one today, I got to turn my pedal assist down here. I'm going too fast. I turned it the wrong way and I was going up to the top. Soccer going on. But if you've got a bike out there that you paid, or you know of a bike that's worth, is costing right now less than $2,000, let me know in the comments, and I'll check that out for sure. Of course, we're getting closer and closer to Black Friday, and usually there's some pretty good sales come on around November, just ahead of Black Friday. And hopefully there'll be some good deals out there for you if you're looking for a bike, if you don't already have one. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we get closer to November. For me, I think there's two bikes right now that I'd like to get my hands on. One of them is the Kepler, and the other one is the Lyric Graffiti. And that's a little more pricey though. That's a $3,100, and that's more like the Grizzly that I'm riding now, more this style. It's a more of a scrambler bike, more like a moped-style, I guess. I'm going to throttle up this hill. If you had more money to throw out at a bike and you wanted one that's got a little more oomph, a little more speed and power, then the Graffiti might be right for you. You could look that up. I should put the link below for their site. It's Lyric Cycles, and it's called the Lyric Graffiti, or Lyrics Graffiti. And that bike is going for $3,100. That's a 2,500 watt hub motor, rear hub motor, and it peaks out at an incredible 4,700 watt. So, like I said, I'd love to try that. And currently $3,100. There's a 17.5 amp hour battery. I believe the controller on that is a 50 amp controller, 52 volt, and the battery is 17.5 amp hour, but they'll give you a second battery for, not give it to you, but they'll sell it to you for an additional $500, which is a pretty darn good deal. So that gets you, you can get two batteries and on the bike, along with the bike there, for $3,600. Otherwise it's $3,100 with one battery. I think the extra $500 is well worth it. That would give you a 35 amp hour battery. That's exactly what I have here on the Grizzly. There's a 20 and a 15 amp batteries. Also with the Kepler, I didn't mention earlier that it comes with a charger that's 2.5 amp charger, so not too bad. Most bikes in that range of price are going to give you a 2 amp charger, like my Rad Rover. That's a 750 watt motor, a 14 amp hour battery. I believe it's 48 volt, and the charger is 2 amps. So see, there's and that price for a new Rad Rover, I believe they're running at $2,200. So to get the Kepler for $400 less, that's a pretty good deal. More powerful motor, more powerful battery. Throw in the rear rack, Yeah, that's a stunning deal. And like I say, currently they're out of stock, but when they come back in stock, I think if you order now, I think I read where they'll be shipping them by the end of October. Lyric Cycles also has another bike that I would absolutely love to try, and that's called the Voodoo, Lyric Voodoo. And if you look that one up, they're taking orders. You have to pay a $100 reserve, and I tried, I should email them and ask them what the price is going to be on that bike, because it doesn't say. I couldn't find anywhere on their site what the price of that Voodoo is going to cost. So I mean, if you're going to reserve a bike, put down your $100, which is not a lot of money, but still it's $100. I think you'd want to know what the price you're going to end up paying, final price. I think you'd like to know what that is going to be. So I think I'm going to reach out to them and email them and ask them how much that bike is going for. Anyway, that bike is not a bicycle really. It comes optional with pedals or pegs, and I'm trying to think here. I think the motor's a 3,000 watt motor, which will peak out at 11,000 watts. My goodness, that's powerful. And it claims to have a top speed of 60 miles per hour. And I can't remember the battery. I'm trying to think. I believe it's a 72 volt. I believe it's 42 amp hour. 41 or 42, something like that, amp hour battery. So not bad. But I don't know if you could get away with riding that as an electric bicycle. That's more motorcycle. Anyway, I'd like to try one regardless. I don't know the value. I gotta think that's going to be in the range of what an Onyx or a Huck or a Saran, maybe more in their price ranges. Maybe a little more than a Saran, but it's going to be up there anyway. I think they're going to be several $1,000s. I'd probably, if I was guessing, I'm going to say that's going to be a good $6,000. That's just my guess. This is the part I hate. Got to get in that other lane, and there's a lot of traffic out today. Yeah, I've never tried a Onyx or a Huck or any of those bikes before, so but I'd sure like to try the Lyric Voodoo. Barely make this light. Wrapping up, best bike value for under $2,000 or $2,000 US. I say my vote goes for the Ariel Rider Kepler. $17.99 deal. Sold. If I had the money, I'd say sold. That'd be my choice. But like I say, if you've got a bike that you really love and you think you got good value for your bike, let me know what bike you got and how you like it. And I'd like to see compare it to the Kepler. So that's going to do it for another video here on the channel. Thank you again for tuning in, and please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe. We're growing and we want to keep growing and keep putting out more videos, and we appreciate the followers that we have now, and there's always room for more. Please hit the like button as well on the video. Tell your friends about us and come back for more. We'll be back to do it all again. Until next time, take care.